Brett Pontecorvo here at MainStageToAbleton.com, and today we're going to talk about how you can prep multi-tracks that you either made yourself or got from multitracks.com to be used in a live set in Arrangement View. Before we do that, make sure you like and subscribe so you don't miss out on anything. I come out with new content every single Tuesday and every single Saturday. It's going to step up your Ableton game, and I don't want you to miss out on anything, so make sure that you like and subscribe. Let's take a look at what is going on inside Ableton Live. So, I have just opened this track, and right now everything is here, but it's not going to be the most useful for me once I move it over into my full live set. So, there are a couple of things that we need to do. The first thing that we need to do is we need to create a way to remember each of our sections. Count off verse 1, chorus, verse 2, once we move it over. So I'm going to go ahead and create a new MIDI track and bring it all the way up to the top. I'm going to rename this Cues. And what we're going to do is we're going to really quickly, using some shortcuts, create some clips of appropriate lengths to make sure that we know where things start and stop, since our locators won't transfer over with us. So these are the shortcuts. We're going to click on our count off, and we are going to hold down Option and Shift and right arrow key. Now we've selected that space, so we're going to go Command Shift M to create a MIDI clip that is exactly the length of the count off, and we're going to go Command R and rename it count off. Then we're going to hit Escape. Then we're going to go Option right arrow key, Option Shift right arrow key to select the whole area, Command Shift M to create a new MIDI clip, Command R verse 1. Escape. Option Shift right key, Command Shift M, Command R, type in chorus, escape, Option over, Shift Option right key, Command Shift M, Command R, verse 2, enter, escape, Option right key, Option Shift right key, Command Shift M, R, chorus. I'm going to do this really quick, and I will meet you back here in a second. All right. The next thing that we need to do is we need to create a tempo track so that when we move it in to our live set, we know how fast the song goes. So up at the top left-hand corner of your screen, you will see that this song is 68 beats per minute. Now, we only need to create this tempo track once, because once we do that, we'll drag it into our user library and we can just move it in. So here's how you would do that. We're going to insert an audio track, and we're going to take audio from a place that you know there is none. Because we want silence. We're going to record enable and hit record. I'm going to stop that, and I'm going to rename this empty clip Tempo. You can do that by clicking on it and hitting Command R, Tempo. I'm going to crop it, crop clips, and I am going to click this and drag it all the way to the front. I'm going to zoom in on it, and we're going to change the ending to be a high number, and it's going to stretch it out for us. And we may need to stretch it out a little bit more, but that's okay. And I actually like to bring it well past our ending clip, which will make sense in a second. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're actually going to drag everything over to Session View. And you might be like, why are we going to do that? Well, it is because it's going to make it easy for us to drop things into Arrangement View anywhere we want it, as opposed to having to drop it at the front and move it over. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit Command A, we're going to click, and we're going to hit Tab, and we're going to drop everything in here. Now you'll notice that the Cues has a ton more than all of the other ones, and that's okay, because we're going to go ahead and save this, and I'm going to open up my personal set. Now let's say this is going to be the place that I want my tracks to live. So I'm going to go into my user library, and I'm going to go into the place where I keep all of my songs. So we just did What a Beautiful Name. And you'll notice when I open this, you're going to see all of our stuff happening here. So I actually like to start with the tempo track. So my tempo track is here. I'm going to go into tempo, and I'm going to drop my tempo track, and I'm going to set it to be the master. So now anytime my cursor is over here, my tempo is correct. Now let's go ahead, we're going to do our guide. I'm going to drop it in right here, just like that. Then I'm going to open up my track section, and I'm just going to work my way down. So drums, right here. Percussion, right here. FX, bass. And I find that this is just a lot faster than having to drop the whole thing in. Acoustic guitar, electric guitar, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Keys 2. Strings. All right, one final step here, which is that we're going to need to drag in our cues. So we can just select all of them, and then when I bring them in over here, they will just line up nicely. Cool, and now we're going to quickly insert our markers. Now there's a really easy way to do this, which I like in key mapping, to set my H key to here. And so if we start at count off and we go option over, it's going to move us between clips. So option over H, and this just goes really quick. So may have jumped all the way to the end there. So there we go. We've got all of our locators set. Now I like to do another thing here, which is I like to make it so that the beginning of my song can start, my click can start, and I don't necessarily need to have the count in looping. So I move my tempo forward. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down here to my control track. And I'm going to copy this loop that I've created, and I'm going to head back over to the end of What a Beautiful Name It Is, and I'm going to drop my loop in here. So once the song ends, it's going to hit this looper, and it's going to automatically trigger it to keep looping this silence. That means that with my click on, I am going to be able to hang out here as long as I want until I want to cue up the next song. And I'll actually do the same thing at the beginning. Here, I'll paste this in, add another locator, so that at the top I can loop my intro click before I trigger my count off.
1.
And there you have it. That is how you prep your tracks in Arrangement View to be used in your live set in Ableton Live. Now make sure you head over to my website at mainstagetoableton.com/go and sign up for your free copy of the Fast Track Patch List Guide that will have you up and running with a Mainstage style patch list in Ableton in no time at all. And like I said, I'm releasing new content every single Tuesday and Saturday that I don't want you to miss out on, so make sure that you are all the way plugged in, and I'm looking forward to connecting with you there.